swinger. Here she is prepping for her dismount. Full pirouette. Double tuck. Very clean. Stuck that landing as well.
This is a new event for her. She's added it this year and is doing quite well. Nothing wrong with that.
You can see it in her face.
Under control, open early, spotted the floor, and lands without a step. Post the scores as we move along. And again, for Oregon State, because this is their weakest event, matched up against UCLA's best in this first rotation, they just want to stay close. Still waiting on the score for Paulina Trotz. Scores have been a little slower this year. In the past, we had a run to keep up. Now the judges, with some new scoring options, have taken their time. And you'll see meets slow down and judges coming across the floor to talk to one another just to make sure. Kendall Poston in the 2 spot for UCLA. Until they post Paulina's score, she'll just have to wait. Poston, very reliable. All of her vaults this year have been 9.8 or better. Season high of 9.875 came against Arizona State. She's found a comfort zone right around 9.825. Now the score is in for Trotz, and once again, Paulina posts a 9.8. I actually thought it was a little bit better than that.
I thought it was too. I thought it was going to be around a 9.85.
So look at that first score of the day. We already criticized it.
Here goes Kendall. She has a very unique vault, a front entry, bringing so much power. 10.0 start value.
And one of the only 10.0 start values in UCLA's lineup. And she likes that one. The lineup's been a little strange for UCLA, although Trotz has always been at the top. In more than half the meets, UCLA has only vaulted 5, and they might only vault 5 today.
Here she goes. She lands with her chest a bit down, but she recovers very quickly. You need to mention about the 5 up. So we'll see what they'll do today.
See posted again in the balance beating rotation. 9.825 for Maddie Dagan. That's a good start. Caitlyn Holland now for the Beavs.
She has a beautiful release move. She'll do a kite Jaeger.
Caitlyn does have a win on this event, but she's yet to reach 9.8.
Great handstand before the dismount. Full pirouette. Another double tuck. Stuck landing. Not giving the judges any reason to deduct.
Yeah, good start for both teams. Her best at 9.775 against Washington. Oregon State has had 2 meets this year against Washington. One at home in Corvallis, the other in Seattle.
Here's the dismount. One thing Oregon has done is really drilled those landings. You mentioned it was their weakest event, but not the landings, not the dismounts.
9.775 is the last 2 weeks for Holland on that event. We'll see if she can improve here. 9.825 for Poston. And here's our first look at Margzetta Frazier. We should see her quite a bit today. She's been in the all-around in every meet. 5 individual wins, including once in the all-around. Modest score so far in the vault until she busted out with a 9.875 at Utah last week.
Very solid vault. Her Chanko full. She's always one to celebrate after she finishes a routine as well.
You gotta sell it, you gotta have fun.
Great entry. And there she goes. Celebration.
Once again, she is scheduled in the all-around today. Just a fun gymnast to watch. Proficient across the board. And a real team leader, especially emotionally. So back and forth we go. Trotz and Dagan, good lead-offs, and then Poston and Holland strong. Now Frazier bumps it 1 notch up. Ariana Young will be next up for Oregon State on the bars. Maddie Dagan got the 9.825, and Holland just a 9.725. So the judges being a little stubborn on the scoring for Holland so far this year. She just can't get to that 9.8 level.
You see she says a couple things to herself before she mounts the bar. It's always good to compose yourself.
Ariana Young struggled on this event early in the season, but she is coming off a career high against California last week.
Beautiful chapache directly into a bail to the low bar. Great handstand. It's always important to hit that last handstand before your dismount. Double layout. Just the smallest hop forward. I think that was a pretty solid routine.
Yeah, she's starting to warm up now, and again, a freshman here from San Mateo in the Bay Area. But she had career highs against California last week at home on this event and the balance beam.
It's always important to keep your chest up so you don't have to take that little hop, but that'll come with time and more practice.
It's always interesting about this time of year to watch freshmen, and there's always a separation. Some struggle and can't get out of that. Others start to understand what college life, college gymnastics is all about, and they start to climb the ladder.
Right.
9.85 for Frazier. Frazier's 9.85 just below her season best. Nia Dennis.
You're going to see excellent form. She's going to flare out before she lands, preparing for that mat.
Talking about celebrations, Nia Dennis already has 2 wins on vault this year. Had a 9.9 against Arizona State, 9.875 against Arizona, 9.85 against BYU, and this one's going to be in that same neighborhood.
That's what I love about her vault. She keeps her body stretched the entire time. Never does she pike in her hips, and that's what gets her to score big.
Even Chris Waller loved it. You saw him right side of your screen, the UCLA head coach, who handles both the vault and the bars. And Waller was effusive in his comments about UCLA, even after losing to their arch rival Utah, because he understands regular season, they're all going to see each other again at the Pac-12s. But this team, he was moving pieces around. They lost part of their freshman class, off training for Tokyo, perhaps. It's just a strange year for everybody, and I think he really felt like he got the best out of his team in Salt Lake City last week.
I completely agree.
Nia Mack here for Oregon State.
I spoke with head coach Tanya Chaplin, and she talked about how many athletes have stepped up, and she mentioned Nia. She really stepped up to contribute on the uneven bars, which really says a lot about the senior. Great routine so far.
She's been struggling on this event, needs to stick this. Comes out of it a little short. Yeah, it's just been a tough event for her this year.
Here's a dismount. You see she needs to take it up a bit. She let go a little bit too early, which doesn't give her the amplitude she needs to prepare for that landing.
Her best this year on 9.75, and Tanya Chaplin takes that moment to coach her through it. Nia Dennis, best score in the meet so far with a 9.925. The 9.925 is a season high vault for Nia Dennis. How about that? That brings us to Shay Campbell, who we talked about in our open, the fantastic freshman.
Bringing power to the vault.
Got to hold on to it.
Fighting for that stick.
A 3-time Texas State champion at the club level on this event. Ranked 23rd in the country, 3 wins, and all of her vaults have been at least 9.85 or better.
She just has so much height and distance on this vault. It is incredible. And she is one of those freshmen that has figured it out quickly in her first year.
Her best vault was a 9.9, came on the road down in Tucson against the Gym Cats of the U of A. It's going to be a good number as well. Waller helped lead UCLA to 4 NCAA championships as an assistant coach and then an associate head coach under Miss Valerie Condos Field. Nia Mack just a 9.65 as she took that big step on the landing. Kayla Bird, sophomore from Chandler, Arizona, has been on this event in every meet, has a win, coming off a career-high 9.85 against California last week.
It was a beautiful stalter directly from her veil. She's very fluid in her movements from each skill. Tkachev, you see she doesn't really turn it over as much, but she was able to hang on to the bar. Full twisting double tuck. I think that was a really nice routine.
Yeah, just a small step on the landing, but pretty clean top to bottom. Gets vertical on her handstand.
See, that's the release. So you
Yeah.
see in that Takachu, she doesn't turn it over enough. Beautiful full twisting double back. Keeps those legs together.
Oregon State's doing a good job in their opening event, the bars, which is their weakest. UCLA, as expected, rolling right along on its best event. Emma Andra, so they're gonna vault 6 today.
Chanko full sticks that landing as
Yes.
well.
Comes at it with a big smile. That's all you need to
Great
know.
vault. Keeps those legs and toes together.
Look at Waller.
And she knew exactly where she was. There's no better feeling.
Total control on this vault. No problem. Making it look easy. Christina Conforti in the background. Well, that is a nice rotation for UCLA. Maybe their best so far this year. We'll check the score. They've gone as high as 49.225. That was on the road at Arizona. And as I mentioned, the top only once beaten this year on this event. That was last week at Utah. Christina Peterson now, anchor spot for Oregon State. Peterson has been in 3 meets in the bars lineup. This is her toughest event. And she's really looking to break out. She has not reached 9.7 yet on her 3 previous bars.
Starting it off with a smile.
Junior from Tukwila up in Washington.
She's going to hop to front grip. Directly to the low bar. Nice bail. Little short on that handstand. Double front dismount.
Well, the number to beat for her was to take down Nia Max 9.65. If she's able to do that, Oregon State will be real close to a 49 in their rotation.
There she goes. Here's a double front dismount. A little more difficult because it's a blind landing.
Yep. UCLA had a great rotation. UCLA with a 9.8 for Paulina Trotz. To start off, ends up 49.225.